Welcome, everyone, to the Better Love Movement podcast, where you will finally learn how to intentionally do dating and relationships right. My name is Anita Stoudmire, and I'm a licensed professional therapist and your personal love mentor. I've worked with thousands of singles and couples, giving them the skills needed to attract and keep the amazing love they desire. It's my heart's work to help people to get the skills needed to not only become the very best versions of themselves, but to help them grow and evolve emotionally and relationally. You can absolutely have the romantic relationship of your dreams. Come and let me show you how. Hello, and Happy New Year. This is Anita Stoudmire, and I am back again with the Better Love Movement podcast. We are in a brand new year, and I am even more excited than I was before. So, ladies, I am back after taking the month of December off. I needed that hiatus to restore and relax and reset. And now here we are. It's another year, 2022, and it is time to grow. It is time to continue the work that many of you started last year, the year before. We're going into year 2 of the pandemic, and so some of us are growing weary. We're growing tired. We're growing weary of the online dating apps. I know for me personally, I deleted all of my dating apps. I had been on dating apps for 2 years, and on December 31st, I permanently deleted every single one of my apps. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in this episode, but this is episode number 142, and it is all about growth. It's another new year. Let's grow. So, ladies, we are in 2022, and as a lot of people tend to do when there is a new year, they have new goals, they have new things that they're aiming towards, and your love life, your self-worth, your self-esteem, your self-respect, that is no different. You should have similar goals for yourself, for your level up journey, for just becoming the best version of yourself, but also for your dating and relationship life. You need to have goals around that as well. So one of my personal goals is I will meet men out and about. I will meet men in any other way other than through dating apps. That is one of my goals for this year and every year moving forward. I talked a little bit last year on my Instagram account, on my IG Live, about deleting my apps. And yes, that has become a reality. I deleted my apps on December 31st and have no plans to ever return to dating apps and, finding dates through apps. I think I'm pretty much done with that. Here's what I will tell you. I spent 2 whole years on dating apps, and a lot of the reason why I did it was I wanted to create my own data, create my own information about dating apps, about how they work, about the people on dating apps. I spent a lot of time just developing information and charts and all kinds of things about these dating apps, because I was like, okay, there's some science out there when it comes to dating apps, but I really didn't want theory. I wanted to have something that I could talk to women about that I've actually experienced. So this is not just a theory. This is something that, is real to me because I lived it for 2 whole years. I never took my profile down. The most I did was every 2 to 3 months, I would change up my pictures. I would change my profile, what I wrote in my profile a little bit, pretty much the same factual information, but I might, switch up the way that I said it. But other than that, 2 whole straight years, I met a lot of wonderful men. I shouldn't say a lot. I don't know why I use that word. I met some wonderful men, maybe 4 or 5. And I consider those 4 or 5 men that I met in the 5%. So if you've heard me talk about dating apps before, I have talked at length about 95% of the people on dating apps are not viable. So I met about 4 or 5 men in 2 years that are probably in that 5%. Like they're real men, they're not married, they're not like players or interested in just sex, like they're real guys and they happen to be really great guys. And for one reason or another, they were not a good fit for me, but they were in the 5%. Like if I was matching them with a woman, I mean, I would match them with someone, right? I would co-sign them. But they just didn't happen to be a match for me. And out of those 4 or 5, I became friends with 2. Um, and the other 3 were like, I'm going to continue on. I'm trying to find my match, they just didn't feel comfortable with us remaining friends, and that's perfectly fine. But I'm kind of done with that life. I'm kind of over it, and I've just made a commitment this year to get out more, to do more volunteering, to do more, to go out and do more meetups and go to more functions, go to more classier functions, do more traveling. I said to myself, I am going to just go out in the world and I'm going to meet people the good old fashioned way, strike up conversations or let them strike up conversations with me. And I've been encouraging women to do this more and more, especially women who are really, really jaded or disappointed with the dating apps. So I just wanted to update you all on that. But this episode is really just to encourage you. It's a brief episode that I just wanted to jump on. We're about halfway into January, and I just wanted to encourage you ladies that, 2022, while we are going into year 2 of the pandemic and we're seeing COVID numbers go up, we're seeing events getting postponed. I had a couple of singles events this month that I was going to, and they got postponed. And so some of us are growing really weary. We're growing weary of the dating apps. And if you live in a cold weather climate like I do, I'm growing really weary of the cold and all of that. So we're just weary. So I wanted to create this episode just to encourage you, just to speak into you, speak into your life. This year, we want to focus on the self, but we're doing it in a healthy way, right? So I'm not going to take you down the road of, because so many people, 2022 is all about me and it's all about focusing on myself and doing things for myself and buying things for myself and going here and, it's me, 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 me. Okay, well, can I be frank with you? Our society has been that way for quite some time. Like we don't need more of just us. Like we don't need more of the idea of I am an island, I'm all I need, and it's me, me, me. We need to build more community. And that's something I'm going to talk about a lot more this year is we need to be more communal. We need to work on um, just being more about community, looking after others, having others look after us. The independent vibe is really not helping us. And I mean, the pandemic is not helping us because that's pushing people more towards, not really going out, staying in, um, isolating. And we really want to get away from that. To me, now is a time to build more community. So whether that community is online, through Facebook groups, or you're going out and meeting people in the real world in real time through Meetup, which is one of my favorite ways to meet new people. We really need to focus more on community. That's what I want to see happen. I do want you to focus on the self in terms of you have to believe that how you feel about yourself, genuinely, how you really and genuinely feel about yourself is the energy that you present to others. And some of us we still have some inner work to do. We're not, our self-love is not high. Our self-respect is not high. Our self-worth, I've talked about this on Instagram, our self-worth is not good. Too many of us are presenting ourselves in a way that says, you tell me what I'm worth. Like we're walking up to men and we're asking them to price us. Tell me what I'm worth. No, 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 ma'am. That's not how that works. You come with the price. You determine the price. And when you come before a man, the price is set. My price is set, and either a man can afford to pay it or he can't. That's what healthy self-worth looks like. I don't discount, don't lower my price, don't haggle my price. And we got to work on that. We have to make that one of our priorities this year, is that we get to determine our worth and value. We get to live up to that. Okay. So that's a big part of it that most people are not talking about, that if your worth and value is high, you need to make sure that if you set that price for yourself, that you're living up to that, that makes sense to other people. Okay. And I've talked about this on Instagram. I've set my price high, but I also make sure that how I present to a man is put together. I make sure that I'm healthy and I'm fit. I make sure that I take care of my skin. I make sure that I take care of my hair. I take care of my toenails, my fingernails. I make sure I am dressed, appropriately and modestly, and the clothes I wear fit my body well. Trust when I tell you, when I set my price, I make sure I'm presenting. I'm presenting as such. So I'm not saying I'm a 10 and I'm going out of the house with my bonnet on, with my slippers on, 50 pounds overweight, my skin is a mess, my hair looks horrible. No, I'm not doing that. If I'm a 10, then I must present as that. I must do the things necessary to be perceived as a 10. Okay. But you set the price and you keep it set and you make sure you present in that way. So people are not confused when they say, oh, you cost $10,000 because you look like you cost $5. No, they should say, yeah, this is what it costs. And I can see the value. I can see the value in this. Right. And that's not even just your outer appearance, your outer physical appearance. It's even the stuff inside of you. So most men say to me, being around Anita is so easy. It's so fun. It's so calming. I feel so relaxed. She's smiling at me. She appears to be pleased with me. See, that's a part of it as well, is that it's not just how I look, it's the energy, it's the vibe that I bring. It's my smile, it's my good fun nature, right? It's the part of me that admires and looks up to a man. It has to be that. And then it's also my good cooking. It's also other things about me. It's also my even keeled temperament. It's also the level of emotional intelligence that I have. So see, it's all of those things. Like when men approach me and they see the price, they're like, okay, it's expensive, but I can tell it's worth it. That's what I want ladies to work on this year. We've got to develop better self-worth. We get to determine the price and we keep it set, but we have to present, we have to live up to that. So we can't say, oh, we're super expensive and we don't look it. We don't look the part. But your self-respect, your level of, this is how I want to be treated, and I will not accept anything less than that. That's your self-respect. And I tell women that when a person is making it clear to you that they don't want you, that they're not excited about you, they're breadcrumbing you, or they're putting you on the back burner, a woman with self-respect walks away. She leaves a man like that alone because she loves herself. If don't nobody else love me, I love me. I have enough self-respect to know what I deserve and what I don't deserve. So we need to work on that this year as well. Taking loving care of yourself, taking the time to reparent yourself, going to therapy, talking with someone, joining groups. I'm getting ready to start a group on Facebook. And we have to, and those groups are going to be positive. They're going to be uplifting. We're going to talk about things related to women's mental health. We're going to talk about femininity. We're going to talk about leveling up and being our best self, and creating a community of people, of women that also want that. Not the bitter Bettys, not the women that, want to be sugar babies, or, the entitled women. No, it's not going to be that. It's going to be women that are ready to grow and ready to learn and apply what they learn. It's going to be women with high self-worth, high self-value, women with high self-esteem. I love myself. I know that I'm amazing. And for the right man, for the man who's the best fit for me, I'm wonderful. So that's what this year is all about. So when we think about the self-worth that we're doing this year, I don't want it to be in that selfish, hyper independent, it's all about me, I'm not going to think about anybody else, not in that way. I want it to be in a loving, kind, I'm doing this work so I can show up in a community in a healthy way, because we really need to work on community this year. This year this for me is the year of community, building a community, building a tribe, creating a group of people that are going to be your people, that are going to be loving and supportive to you, and you can support them. That's what I want to see happen this year. But yes, it is time to grow or keep growing if you've already started growing. And remember, taking in new knowledge is all about applying that knowledge. It doesn't mean a thing if we listen to podcasts, we watch YouTube videos, we watch IG lives, if we're not applying any of this. And here's the other thing I want to say, and I'm going to end on this, is last year I saw a lot of victim mentality, a lot of women who, when I called them out on the things that they were doing or how they were complicit in the things that were happening to them, they were crying victim. Oh, well, you're blaming the victim. You're making us feel bad. Why are you always holding the women accountable? Why don't you talk about the men? Why don't you tell the men what they should do? And you're blaming us and you're making us feel bad. You're feeling that way because of the trauma you have. You're feeling that way because you're so deeply entrenched in victim mentality. And that's not helping you. Thinking that you are at the women will of men and what they do. No, there's nothing empowering about that. The reason why my platform exists and why I feel the way I do, why I'm so passionate about this, is we are not victims. Women are not victims. We're the smartest people on the planet. And we simply need to apply the inner wisdom that we have. We need to get smarter. We are smart and we need to get smarter, and we need to apply what we know. We need to start making better choices for ourselves. It's not about the men who are, oh, these men are, they are the narcissists are like coming for us, and they are, they're targeting us. And I'm like, no, they're not. These people are doing what they're doing, and whoever's allowing it, that's who they're doing it to. And what I'm saying to you is, why are you allowing it? We need to get to the bottom of that. That's the real answer. Why do you allow someone to treat you so poorly? What's really going on inside of you? And that's what I want you to work on. That's your goal for this year. Why am I allowing a man to have sex with me on the third date? Why am I sleeping with a man without any form of protection? Why am I having a child by a man I barely know? That's the real question. And to sit around and say, why do these men, go out here and make all these babies and have sex and don't use protection? No, the real question is, because women are the gatekeeper, why are these women, laying down and opening their legs for this? That's the real question. What's going on inside of them? Those are the people I'm trying to help. Those are the women that my platform is for. I want to wake up every single one of those women and have every single one of those women say, nope, we're not exclusive and committed. We're not married. You don't love me. You won't get any sex here. You will not get any sex here. That's not happening. And I'm certainly not laying down with you without any form of protection against STDs or pregnancy. That's a big no. That's where I want us to get to. That's the empowered state that women need to be in. So if you rock with me last year, I want you to keep rocking with me this year. I'm going to bring more truth. I'm going to bring some very unpopular opinion and truth and facts because y'all know I love data. You know I love the numbers. You know I love facts. It's not just about feelings. And I'm going to keep doing that. I'm going to bring my faith forward a little bit more this year. We're going to talk a little bit about that. And continue to join me over on YouTube. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. I am continuing the series, The Feminine Way. Those videos keep coming out twice a week. And so join me over on YouTube. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Join me on Instagram. I have so much fun on Instagram. Oh my gosh, I love going live. I love going live with other influencers. And it's just a good time over there. Instagram is, that's my thing. I have a Facebook as well. If you want to check out Facebook, Better Love Movement. But it really is my Instagram where I have all of my fun. And that is at Better Love Movement. So check it out. Join me on my social media platforms. Continue to rock with me. Ladies, we're doing it bigger. We're doing it better this year. I have some big goals for this year. I'm reaching out to some bigger and better guests. This month, I should say, in January is Man Crush Month. So every episode from here on out is going to feature a guy, a male dating coach or influencer or therapist. And we're going to talk about dating and relationships, love and relationships from the perspective of men. And you all know how much I love talking to the guys. I absolutely love talking to the guys. So keep rocking with me. Keep it right here. Please let people know about us. Better Love Movement on any platform that you listen to podcasts, but you can also listen on YouTube. You can also listen on my website, betterlovemovement.com. And I will see you in the next episode. So as always, stay open to love.
Thank you for listening to today's podcast episode. If you are enjoying this podcast, please leave me a 5-star rating and review. Your ratings and reviews help me to continue to bring you more great content. Head on over to YouTube and check out the Better Love Movement channel. There's more video content there, and you can subscribe to be notified when a new video is posted. If you have a question that you would like to have answered on the podcast or in a YouTube video, please send it to me at info@betterlovemovement.com. You can also connect with me directly on the Magnify app to have your dating and relationship questions answered. That's MAGNIFI, and it's available on iOS and Android. You get your first 5 minutes for free. So give me a call and let's chat.